Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Haley with Haley Stitches, and today I'm going to show you how to finish a cross stitch project in a wooden hoop. Today I'm going to be finishing my free pattern called Mod Flowers. You can get your copy in the description bar below. Let's get stitching. For today's project, we're going to need a wooden embroidery hoop, a skein of floss, scissors, and a tapestry needle. For the optional felt backing, you'll also need a piece of felt that is larger than your embroidery hoop and a marker. To get started, we'll need to trace our embroidery hoop. You want to trace the inner hoop, not the outer hoop. If you're not going to finish your project with a felt backing, you can skip this part. I'm using a marker with air and water-soluble ink, so the marker will eventually disappear from my project. You definitely do not need a marker like this. You can use whatever you have available. Just do a patch test on the corner to make sure that it doesn't go through to the other side of the fabric. Then we want to cut the circle out of the fabric. If you want to embroider your initials or a short message on the back of your project, now would be the time to do that. It'll be a lot easier to embroider it now versus at the end when everything is finished. The next step is to put your work into the hoop again. When you're putting your project back into the hoop, just do your best to make sure that everything is center. You can move it around as much as you need to, but once you're done, just know that this will be the final spot that your pattern will lay. This is how my project looks after it's back in the hoop. It has a nice big border all the way around and looks exactly the way that I want it to. Now we want to trim the excess fabric all the way around the hoop. I didn't leave very much room here on the sides, so I'm not going to trim that down anymore. But on the corners, you want to leave 1 or 2 inches all the way around. My fabric is trimmed nice and short. It's about 1.5 inches of fabric all the way around. It's okay if it doesn't look neat and tidy because it's going to be on the back of your work. Now we need to thread our needle. I prefer to finish my projects with 6 strands of thread in the back because it leaves a very nice, strong piece of thread in order to cinch everything up. You can choose however many threads that you prefer, but I do recommend at least using 3. To make sure that I had enough thread, I cut off a length that was 2 arm lengths long. This is definitely going to be more than we need, but you will likely need at least an arm length long. I am also going to tie a knot at the end of my thread because I want to make sure that it doesn't pull through as I'm stitching the back together. Now we are going to start stitching all the way around the hoop. So the stitch we are going to do is just a quick little running stitch. And this does not have to be perfect and it does not have to be pretty. So how we're going to do this is just stitch up from the back. And I'm going to go a little bit closer to the edge, maybe like 1/3 of the way in from the edge, and go up. And then I'm going to pull all of my thread all the way through. And then I'm going to maybe go 2 or 3 stitches over and then go down. And it looks like this. And then we're going to go 3 stitches over and go up. And about 3 stitches over and go down. So we're just going to keep doing this running stitch all the way around the fabric. And once we get it all the way around, we'll be able to kind of cinch the fabric all together. So it'll look similar to like a drawstring bag, for example. When you pull the strings, the bag closes. That's exactly what will happen on the back of our project here. So I am gonna fast forward through my stitching and show you what we do once we've stitched all the way around. So I'm at the last stitch, so I'm just gonna stitch down. And now we have our whole circle stitched all the way around, so you can see that. So this is my ending thread, and this is the knot from the beginning. So they're both here on the inside. And what I'm gonna do is just gently pull, and then you'll see the fabric starts to cinch in on itself, and that's exactly what we want to see happening. So I'm just gonna do that from both sides until we meet up in the middle over here. And just give it a nice tug. You don't wanna pull too hard because your thread might actually break. I've had that happen to me many times. And just pull it tight enough where everything is gonna lay as flat as possible from this view here. So you can see that's pretty flat on the back there. So once I have it tight enough, what I'm gonna do is just tie a knot. And I prefer to do this on the inside underneath the Aida. So you can see here, my threads that I'm working with are actually underneath, but you can do it on top too if it's easier for you to tie a knot that way. It really doesn't matter as long as the knot is not super bulky. So let's go ahead and tie this knot. And I'm just gonna knot it a couple times to make sure that it doesn't go anywhere. Okay, so my knot is all done, and then I'm just gonna trim off this excess floss here. Okay, so that is what the back looks like after it's all done. And you can see it lays really nice and flat there. And actually you can just finish your project right here if you don't want to add the felt backing. I do this all the time, especially if it's just going to be something that's hanging up in my home. If it's a gift, I do prefer to put the felt backing on the back just because it gives it a nice, more finished look. And you can embroider a nice little message in the back of the felt too. So if this is all that you need, feel free to stop here, and then you have a complete cross stitch project. Now I'm going to show you how to finish the back of the hoop with the felt piece. So because we traced the inner hoop when we cut this out, it should fit on the back really nicely. It shouldn't overlap the outer hoop at all here. And we just want to lay it flat like this. And then we're going to do what is called a blanket stitch. For the blanket stitch, I prefer to use 3 threads. I find that 6 is a little bit bulky and doesn't give me that clean look I'm going for, but feel free to use as many threads as you want. You can use anywhere from 1 to 6 strands, and you can even choose a different color than what you use to cinch up the back here. I prefer using a lighter color for this so that it doesn't show through to the front. But if you're covering the back, that's really not going to be a huge issue. So the stitching will show up on the back here. So I like to use a coordinating thread, usually a thread that I've used in the pattern. I threaded my needle with 3 strands of floss, and then I knotted it on the back. So to get started, what we want to do is stitch in the Aida first. So we're just going to do a stitch up because we want that knot to stay on the outside. Okay. So you can see the knot is right here, and it'll sit nicely under the felt once we get the felt attached. So the next step is to stitch into the felts. And I'm just gonna go maybe like a 1/2 inch down. You can go further down if you want to. Just make sure that you're not going so far down where on some of these skinnier bits, you might have run out of fabric to stitch into. So just keep that in mind when you're choosing how far down you wanna go. So I'm just gonna go right here, and then you're going to kind of do like a sewing method and then go back up through the Aida. Then we're gonna pull it. Before we pull it all the way, we wanna stick our needle in to this loop. That's going to give us the nice blanket stitch action that we want. If you were to just go this way without going back, you're going to get a whip stitch, which is also totally fine. I just prefer how the blanket stitch looks on the back of the hoop. So I'm going to stick my needle through this loop and then pull. So now let's go into the next stitch. So I'm just going to go a little ways over and repeat that. I'm going to stitch into the felt and then through the Aida, and then I'm going to go up through the Aida here. So you can see we're actually just stitching through the back of the Aida. And because the felt is exactly the same size as our inner hoop, you're not even going to be able to really tell that the Aida is there. So we're going to pull this through. And then before we complete it, again, we just want to go through this loop here to give us that blanket stitch look. So you can see after 2 stitches, it's 2 stitches here, and then it also is connected by this line here, this line of thread. And I really like how finished of a look that gives. So we're going to do it again. We'll want to continue this stitch all the way around the outside of the hoop. I will continue this, and then once I run out of this piece of thread, I'll show you how I change thread when I'm doing a blanket stitch. This is how far I got before I am running out of thread. So I want to take care of this thread before I get too much further. So what I'm going to do is pull this back a little bit and then sew it down into the Aida, and then I'm going to sew it back up and pull. And then I have this kind of loose thread here. So what I'm going to do is just tie a knot so it doesn't fall through, and then I will be able to continue stitching with a new set of threads. So let's tie that knot real quick. This is what my knot looks like. So that's big enough to not fall back through the Aida. And then I'm just going to trim it close to the knot. And I will just leave that there. And then once the felt is over it, you won't even notice that it's there. So let's go ahead and start a new thread and continue stitching all the way around. I rethreaded my needle with 3 strands of floss, and I will just pick up right where I left off. So to do this, what I'm going to do is stitch in here. And then my knot is just gonna sit there, and then I will just stitch back down into the felt and up through the Aida and keep going. Now I'm back all the way to the beginning, and I'm just finishing up my last stitch. There we go. So now we need to finish off this thread here. So we aren't able to do it the same way that we did before because there is no more felt to pull back. So what we have to do is kind of hide it in between the felt backing and the front of our work. So what we're gonna do is sew it down into the Aida up here, and then we're gonna have it pop up in the Aida just down here in the middle somewhere. So let's pull that up. Here. Pull it all the way through, nice and tight. And then all we're gonna do is just cut this thread, and then the loose thread will fall back inside and you won't even know that it's there. So we want to cut it close, but be careful not to cut your felt. And there we go. This is what the back of our work looks like with the felt backing. It gives it a nice professional finish, and I love this finishing, especially if you're giving it as a gift or if you want to write your initials or the date or a short message on the back. And then this is what it looks like from the front. Now you have all the information that you need to finish your cross stitch project in a wooden hoop. I hope today's video gave you a little motivation to fully finish all of your cross stitch pieces so that they can be displayed in your home. In the comments below, let me know your favorite way to finish your cross stitch pieces. If you'd like a written tutorial to look back on while you're finishing your piece, you can head over to my blog and there's an accompanying blog post there. If you liked today's video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more tutorials just like this one. I'll see you all next time. Bye!